Hello out there. We're on the air. Good morning. This is your host Ryan, bringing you the latest action from the 2024 Mopat Women's Arena Playdowns, which is extremely fun to say. Our opening draw features two wine country teams, I believe. It's Team Barbree with the blue rocks and Team Feldman with the red rocks. Lots of rocks in play. And let's see what's going on, as it looks like this is Miss Shearing throwing her rock down the ice. So there are two sheets in play here at the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club in State Line, Nevada. So we will keep you updated on the game on the neighboring sheets, but if you find yourself wanting to know more, you can visit bondspieler.com for the latest scoring action. And this week, I'm the one who's updating it, so we'll do our best to make sure you have the latest. And speaking of the second game on the ice, on sheet 2 is Team Muirs. It's a composite team from several clubs. I'll update you when I have that information. And then the other team is Team Aces from Silicon Valley. So Feldman has a hammer to start. Let me fix that. It looks like for Team Barbree, oh, this is Feldman, my apologies. This looks like a heavy draw. I think they probably wanted to keep it high, and this is going to go deep. Or low. We say high, but we don't say low. So it looks like we're almost to skip stones. As we look at the situation in the house here. Lots of rocks in play, but it's Feldman just sitting the one.
You said the Star Wars Oreos, right? No.
The war room was talking about Star Wars Oreos. So we'll keep you updated on that. So this net stone coming for Barbree. I think just looking to draw and sit right on top. You may notice there's some lag. We'll definitely try to address that as soon as we can. That was a heavy draw. Tapped the red, and it's now Barbree sitting one. As Feldman has the broom down for her third Leanne Shearing. As Katie Feldman makes her way down the ice. So lots of rocks in play. This is a potentially tricky situation for Feldman to get more than one here. I wonder if she could maybe throw heat at the blue that was just delivered and kind of pop two of the blues loose, but I don't think that's going to happen. So going for, I think, a heavy draw again, just to open up the middle. I do have my stopwatch on me, so I can't time rocks. This is handing out, though. Oh, goodness. 1 second. All right, so this is the last rock now for Team Barbree. Just going for a draw, it appears.
Okay, that'll be quite wood printing. Go to Kern and get connect to the
So as a draw, it looks like it's not for second shot. Feldman has the broom down. I think to maybe hit that red blue that was just delivered, punch the other blue out, and score 2 that way. It does seem to be the best shot. Feldman's talking it over with her front ends. And the last shot of the end is away. One second. So this weight, it's hard to tell. Okay, it was just a draw, and enough for 1. So that was a good force by Barbree. I'll wait till they make it official. Don't want to count your chickens before they hatch. And while they're cleaning up, just to let you guys know. 1 second. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. DoubleTakeout.com is operated by Ken Pomeroy. Throughout the curling season, you can check it out for the latest stats and insights of your favorite curling teams from around the world at DoubleTakeout.com. So that was a score of 1 for Team Feldman. Barbree has the hammer here in the second end. We are playing 8 end games, and I can see with my little eye that Team Ewers scored 2 over Team Aces over on the second sheet. And again, you can check out all the scores at bondspieler.com. That's bondspelier.com.
Not right now.
So this is the first stone coming for Team Barbree. Our bios are not in alphabetical order. That's fun. There we go. So these games are timed. Each team has 30 minutes of thinking time. As I'm thinking about elements of the game that you guys should know, obviously. We'll be here all weekend long. We're doing pool play among the 6 teams in the field. Or it says pool, but I think this is a round robin. As we see the net stone coming from the, I think this is the second for Team Feldman. That would be Melissa. That doesn't look like Melissa. This is probably Amy Putnam.
I have no leg drive. I just there.
So a nice hit and roll. Rolls undercover. So some fun information you guys should know. We are playing the 5 rock rule in the free guard zone, which means for the first 5 rocks at the end, an opposing team cannot hit out their opponent's rock from the guard zone. If that happens, the first stone is removed, the shooting stone is removed, and the stationary rock is put back in place. This is a little hot. I think they were trying to hit and roll. They will make some contact. It just kisses it. We call it we call it a seal because it was a kiss from a rose, or a kiss by a rose. That's our pop culture reference of the day. So Feldman is sitting 1 as Melissa McGuire does get set in the hack. The other relatively new rule, is that we are following the no tick rule, which kind of takes a page from the 5 rock rule. So for the first 5 rocks at the end, an opponent cannot remove a opponent stone that is on the center line in the guard zone. It can't move it off the center line, and it also can't tick into the house. And in that case, again, the offending stone is removed, the original stone is reset. So that was a good draw. Looks like the guard zone rule is off, so we are going to see second Sonia Montero with her stone. And this is going to tick the guard. And the shooter is going to roll to the side. I think it's going to stick around, but it's not going to do much. As we see Melissa McGuire get set for her next. She started curling in 2018. She loves her geriatric dog, Apollo, and is also trying to get 25 different fruits and veggies in her diet each week. So this is, I think, just they want to go in the house, just based on where Feldman is slapping her broom. And it's a little hot from what they wanted. That is now shot stone, and so I think Barbree is going to make a play on that. Asked for a bumper weight, or kind of board weight, as we sometimes call it in the curling biz. Sonia's next shot's coming down. She was in the 2019 Arena Playdowns for Wine Country Curling Club. That was back when clubs sent teams to the Nationals. This is a little hot. Is it going to make contact? Plan B, hit the one in the back. Mission accomplished. There's an old curling saying that even if it wasn't a shot that you intended to make, if you make it, you made that shot.
It's luck.
Yes, it's luck, as Edie says. And we have Leanne Shearing now throwing her first. And I think they're looking to just kind of open things up, or kind of split the rings a little bit, as I was trying to say. This is a little deep. This does offer something of an opportunity for Barbree. Looks like they're going to try the double. As we see the third get set. This is Chris Bilbrey. Looking for a double. going to get one. And it's going to be just the one. The shooter's going to roll to the wing. And it looks like it could be shots. But looking at the overhead camera here in the warm room, it does appear that red is shot. So this is Shearing's second. She attended a Learn to Curl in 2019 and has been hooked on curling ever since. And I think they're going to try the double. Again, going to get one. Are they going to get two? No.
How many do you want, Cameron? 3.
So some of you may be asking when the men's event is. I can tell you that the men's arena playdowns are going to be right back here at Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. And it's going to be the weekend of August 23rd. So that's a nice hit there.
Does it? Okay.
And Barbree is sitting 1 and 3 while Feldman is sitting second shots.
That's the least sticky out of all these, so.
So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you guys have questions, I'll try to check in on the YouTube channel. There's a lot going on today. There's a lot going on all weekend. We have 4 draws today. We have 4 draws Saturday. And then Championship Sunday. There are some scenarios where there could be 1 or 2 finals. And we'll definitely update you on what those might be as we get closer, as the playoff picture develops. So this is the Feldman's first. Katie Feldman started curling in 2014 and has twice won bronze at Arena Nationals. She loves doubles curling. Taylor Swift going to and hosting Bonspiels, and more. See here, this is a hot one coming in. It's going to get 1, pops the Barbree blue out. And now it does appear that Barbree is sitting 1. Feldman has 2 and 3. They're going to try and make a play on those 2 reds. I don't think it's necessary, though. I think, I mean, those Feldmans are out. Those Feldman reds are not being out counted by the Barbree blue. And if Barbree puts a blue anywhere that second shot, Feldman has to make a play on one of those stones. I mean, even kind of parking the blue on top of one of the Feldman reds. That would, then Feldman couldn't get both of the blues out. So this is Barbree's first. She started curling after the 2018 Olympics, and that would be in South Korea. So let's see where the blue goes. The blue sticks around. It is second shot, so that really, yeah, I think it's second shot. It's really close, but I do believe it's second shot. So that did work out for Barbree. And so now Feldman has a tough choice to face. I think the safest shot is to just get rid of one of the blue stones and concede a double. The daredevil in me wants to maybe park the blue on top of the. Oh, sorry, park a red on top of a blue. But that's just dangerous. And it's the second end. We're playing 8 end games. But it's very early in the game, and I think you just kind of need to play the game, play the scoreboard, and I think just kind of going for a safe shot. But let's see what Feldman has dialed up here. It looks like they're going down to take another look, maybe. We're looking at a line. So Feldman is set. Just looking to make one of those blues go away.
Absolutely. From in here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's ooh. Is it trying to make contact with anything? Okay, this is not too bad. She kind of played off her own red. It is second shots. So I think Barbree can get to it though. I think they're setting up for a draw. Just need a heavy draw. Tap it back. Tap that red back just about a foot, and Barbree would get their 3. So there's where the broom is.
Jackets are like a hybrid from Los Angeles, Utah, Sacramento.
So this is the last rock. This could be a big end for Barbree.
But it wasn't going to go today.
So it needs to curl up. They might be going for like a plan B, just a hit and roll.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so that was a really good setup, but it does look to be just the one for Barbree. So, potential opportunity there. I think just a little short, unfortunately. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back when we return to the 2024 MOPAC Women's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club.
Yeah, I did reference the spirit of curling.
That's gonna fall. I just swear. There we go.
Welcome back. Rocks in play as we are underway here in the third end. That was a single point for Team Barbree.
That's the worst. I'll watch the game next to it, and then I'm like,
And let's see if I can spy with my little eye. On sheet 2, Team Aces answered the double from viewers in the first end with a double of their own. It's all square over on sheet 2, just as it is on sheet 1. And again, all those scores are being posted to bondspieler.com. Net stone coming from Barbree's lead. That would be Ashley Spalding, who did her first learn to curl in early 2015 and foolishly did not return until early 2018. This looks a little hot. Feldman's going to sweep it through the house, out of play. So Feldman's lead is about to throw her last. That's Amy Putnam. Started curling just 2 years ago, August 2022, after her husband bought her curling shoes. And that was in response to, quote, Amy saying, "I'm really glad you like curling, but we never see each other anymore," comment. This also looks a little hot, a little deep. But Feldman is sitting 2. All square here in the third. And Feldman does have the hammer. As Barbree's second, Sonia gets set. Sonia was most recently the president of our regional association. She was unable to run for re-election as due to term limits, but we definitely appreciated all her hard work during her years of service, and also including to help get this live streaming initiative underway. All right, that's gonna be a little hot. Have a little Keystone Cops going on. I apologize. So this also looks to be a little heavy. Maybe going to make some contact. No, it's not. I think it's going to maybe clip the one on the back. Actually, it freezes. A nice corner freeze. And so now Feldman is sitting 3. As Barbree goes to put the broom to peel the high guard. This is Sonia's second here. She gets really nice and low in her delivery. So it does peel the guard out of the way. And the shooter rolls towards the center, kind of guarding a different path. And so Feldman looks to be putting the broom down to guard the top of the 3 reds that are in the house. And Melissa McGuire gets set. Looking for a guard. Line looks to be a little tight. And so it looks like Feldman kind of called an audible. But even then, it's going to go and settle into the back 4 there. And this is Chris's first. Chris started her curling journey in the summer of 2017 and immediately fell in love. She gets one, she gets two. In the business, we call that a double takeout. That's a great shot. Let's see if we can replay that. Journey in the summer of 2017 and immediately fell in love. She gets one, she gets two. Great shot there from Barbree. This is Leanne's first. And she's going to pop one of the blues. It jams on the red in the back. Sort of moving some of the rocks around. Feldman is sitting shots in the 4 foot. With Barbree sitting second shot in the 8 foot white ring. I think they're looking to. They want to get around that guard. Oh, they couldn't get around the guard. So they had hoped to get around the guard, I think, to make a play on that red shot stone in the 4 foot. And just a little tight, it cleared the guard. Not a absolute disaster of an outcome though. So Feldman's putting another one in. This is going to over-curl a smidge, but actually I think a good outcome. It taps the red shot stone back onto the blue, and it's going to be super hard for Barbree to get rid of that red now, especially with the shots that she has left. So I think they're just going to kind of park their blue on top of the red that is just to the left of the center line from this view. So Eileen Barbree, as we mentioned, started curling after the Pyongyang Games in 2018. And she discovered that there were curling opportunities in Roseville. That's a suburb just northeast of Sacramento. I think just looking to park it right on top, kind of right where the broom is. Corner freeze and B shot. This is over curling though. So I think they're looking for a plan B. Oh. So it did clip the red on the wing and rolls to the back 4 foot and is shot for now. However, I do think there's a double opportunity for Feldman if she wanted to take it on. Or I say a double. They don't need to throw a lot of weight necessarily. Although if they did throw a lot of weight, they could bring a lot of those reds into play and be sitting 3 or 4 maybe. Because if they threw weight at that top blue, kind of clip the blue on top of the other blue and get them both moving, I think there'd be a possible double there. That's my thoughts, but. As I like to say, the curlers are the ones on the ice. They know what's going on more than I do. We're just having fun kind of speculating what shots could be in play. I think this is just a heavy draw to get the blues moving, to be sitting 1 or 2. But this is over curling. Oh, goodness. So Looks like Barbree's still shot while Feldman has 2 reds in that 4-foot ring. So Barbree makes her way down the ice with the broom down by her vise. Adeline is curled in both team and doubles leagues. She's also participated in the Wine Country Curling Club's Crush at Bonspiel every year. So this is a heavy draw. I think kind of maybe looking to wedge the blue on top of the red there. As we see it sit down. And it sits down right on the tee line, which I think was their shot. I always say they want to be heavy, but they do not want to be heavy in this case. So Feldman has a tough situation because that last Barbree stone does really, really narrow the scoring area. And I'm going to say it again. I think there's a double there. I think that they hit the inside of that blue that was just thrown, kind of kick out that blue to the left, and then have the red shooter roll on top of the blue in the back, and then there's your double and a chance to score 3 points. Again, it's relatively early in the game. It's the 3rd end out of 8 possible ends, but I think the double's there. So the broom's down as Feldman makes her way down the ice.
So is Eve curling at all? But is she chef de mission for the upcoming winter games?
I'm curious about the call here with the Shearing has the broom down.
We're just talking about
Facing 2, this is Feldman's last here in the 3rd. Throwing some heat. Is it wide though? It does look to be a little wide. Oh goodness. It kind of clips the stones on the side, hits the red on top of the blue that was in the back 8 foot, and it looks to be a steal at 2. So just a really good end there by Team Barbree. Or Barbree, pardon me, Team Barbree. So as they make it official. Yeah, there's just 2. So Feldman will have the hammer coming back towards the home end of the sheets as they talk over the situation, what to do next, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Rocks in play. We are underway here in the fourth end. Feldman looking for answers after giving up a steal at 2. That was a well-played end by Team Barbree. And as we see Ashley throw her second stone. Since returning to the sport in 2018, she's made lifelong friends, traveled to obscure parts of the U.S. and Canada, and had so much fun. Looking over at sheet 2, Team Muirs scored a single in the third and retook the lead. It is a 3-2 game. Team Muirs over Aces. Back on our feature sheets, Team Barbree is up 3-1. As we see here, this is the second stone coming from the lead, Amy Putnam. Feldman. This is going to be a draw round. Looks a little heavy, and Barbree's going to usher it to the back of the house out of play. Feldman sitting 1 in the top 12. As Barbree wants Sonia to, I think, draw. I think she gestured for a guard. But I think top of the house would be fine too. So to let you guys know what's on tap today here at the Mopac Women's Arena Playdowns. This is going to be a guard as the Montero stone comes down the ice. That is a 3 guard, it looks like. Just to let people know if you don't already, there's the system called the zone system, and so you divide the playing area into 10 zones. The guard zone is divided into thirds. One is towards the hard line at the top of the screen. The middle areas 2 and 3 is the zone right in front of the house. Oh, that was a great draw there by Melissa. Oh, it's a little heavy though. It's going to sit around. It does sit around for 4 second shots. So right now we're seeing the opening game between Team Barbree and Feldman. On sheet 2, Team Muirs and Aces. Coming up at noon, the games will include Team Tucker of Wine Country and Team Muirs. It's a composite team from many, many clubs. I'll revisit that in a moment. And then on sheet 2, we have Team Malia of Wine Country taking on Team Barbree. So we'll definitely see. Lots of teams are going to get a lot of games in this weekend, which I think is one of a nice advantage of having a smaller field. But every team plays the other team once, and then depending on the record, there's going to be a championship playoff. Maybe 1 game or 2. As Melissa's rock comes on the ice. They wanted less weight, and Feldman wants it at the top 12. And it is going to get there. Kind of parked itself, tucked behind one of the blue guards. And that looks to be about 60% open. And so Barbree, I think, wants to make a hit and roll on that, just based on her body gestures. As I said, these games are timed. So after the this halfway point, the fourth end, they're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to step away as well. And they wanted some weight on this. Let's see if it's there. Okay, so I thought they wanted a hit and roll. They're going to make a hit on the outside red. The red does go out of play. Feldman is now sitting 2, I believe. It's a very near thing. Just looking at the overhead camera here in the house. As Leanne Shearing makes her first. Leanne learned to curl, as I mentioned. She's proudly represented her club one country at Arena Nationals, the U.S. Women's Curling Association Nationals, the MOPAC 5 and Under, MOPAC Seniors, and MOPAC Mixed Doubles. That was a great draw round. Wow. So I do believe Feldman is now sitting 3, but that blue on the edge might be in play. And this is Bill Bray's first. That looks a little hot. It's gonna hit, and is it gonna roll under a little bit? It rolls in, and then the blue that was tapped goes to the back left 12-foot ring. That is now definitely the 4th shot. The blue shooter is now 3rd shot. And Feldman is still sitting 1, 2, and 4 stones. This is Leanne's next. I think they just wanted to hit. If they stick, that's fine, I think. But it's going to make contact, it's going to stick. So now Feldman is sitting 4, I believe. So it looks like she's got something cooking here in this end. And I think Barbree is looking for an exit. There comes a point in an end where it's really great to work on your strategy, but there comes a point where you realize that your strategy is not working, and then you have to kind of bail out. And I think Barbree might be at that point right now. As she talks it over with her front end. I think they might be trying to go for a double. Barbree has 2 rocks left. I think if they get a double to get rid of 2 of those stones and stick around, I think it minimizes the damage. Looks like some good upweight coming down the ice. Is it trying to make, oh. It is 1, is it going to stick around? Shooter rolls away, and one of the reds rolls away. So, not a bad outcome. Takes Feldman from 4 down to 3. But Feldman also has 2 rocks left. So she could have potentially score 5 at this point. Or just look to secure the rocks that she has in hand. So I mentioned our noon draw. We also have draws at 4 and 7:30 tonight. And those are the times when the practice starts. The webcast will start about 25 minutes after that time. So we're looking at 12:25, 4:25, and about 7:55. But that's all going to be on the Mopac YouTube channel. And definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Feldman's first, I think, just looking to draw. And the way where Shearing has the broom, wants to put it in the top 12 foot. There would be a possible double there. Oh, this is not curling up. So they're looking for maybe a plan B to maybe tap that red back. And it does. So I think Feldman's shots have been a little wide when she's thrown to the wing so far in this game. So Barbree hustles down the ice. These games are timed. As you can see from this view, Barbree has about 18.5 minutes left in the game to play 4 more ends. So that's usually a lot of time. They've been playing pretty efficiently. And the Feldman had about 17 minutes. Again, both teams are playing very efficiently. I don't think time is going to be a factor in this game. Also, teams get 1 timeout to stop the clock and think about it. So let's see what Barbree wants to do here. I think wanted to draw, maybe park right on top of the red that's on the 4 foot. Oh, and it clips. Oh, disaster. So Feldman is now sitting 4 and has that chance for 5. The warm room, man, they saw it happen and they definitely expressed whoa when that blue stone clipped on the guards. So Feldman has a golden opportunity here to score what we call in the business a handful or a mittenful. A mitten. Although if you try to hold something in a mitten, it's kind of hard to do. But again, this is going from giving up 2 last stand to really seizing the game, seizing control of the game with 5 here potentially in the 4th. And this is Feldman's delivery underway. Super's just walking it down the ice. It looks a little up, but they have some backing to play off of. They're just going to clip the rock in the bat. Okay. It double jams. It is a score of 4 though. I believe they're looking it over though. They kicked the stone. So we will wait to see what the score is before we update the scoreboard. But we are going to be in the end break, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes, I'd say, when we return to our coverage of Draw 1 of the 2024 Mopac Women's Arena Playdowns. Coming to you live from the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club. We are back to the opening draw of the 2024 MOPAC Women's Arena Playdowns. And we've got ourselves a barn burner here, which is kind of apt because this is kind of a very small curling house. It's a very nice curling facility. I kind of call it like a jewel box. As it's a two-sheet facility, but they have this really nice warm room lounge area with beverages, and Lake Tahoe Epic Curling does a great job of hosting events, and we definitely appreciate that they were able to step up and host both the men's and women's arena playdowns. The women's is happening this weekend, and the men's is going to be coming up in the middle of August, the weekend of August 23rd. And then mention that we have a barn burner because Barbree stole 2 in the 3rd, and Feldman answered with 4 in the 4th there. So both teams have put up guards. They're offset. So Feldman is going to have Putnam draw around. When Amy isn't curling, she is saving lives and curing cancer or spending time with her 2 small humans. She loves Doritos, flamingos, and being on the water, thawed or frozen. And this draw is coming down here. Looks like a smidge wide and a little deep. But it does draw play into the house if Barbree chose to follow her. It looks like Barbree's going to try and do something similar, but stay high. As Ashley Spalding delivers her next. This is Ashley's first time on a MOPAC Arena team, and she is excited to play alongside everyone at Playdowns. So this looks a little heavy. It's kind of settled in, just nibbling the button there. And as always, we are updating scores at bondspieler.com. So definitely check out the latest action at bondspieler.com. So it looks like play is drawn into the house, and Feldman is going to clip out that blue that was just thrown. The shooter's going to roll to the edge of the 12 foot, and now Feldman is sitting 2. I'm trying to time to see how things are going. There's different ways to time. I'm going to time between the hog lines. As Sonia Montero delivers her first. When they were doing warm-ups this morning, they said the ice was a little fast. And I think that's kind of matched up what they found so far. I got a 9.7. Kind of shoots the goalposts there. This is Melissa's shot coming down the ice. So I got 14-1, and that looks to be a little heavy. So I would say like 14-2, 14-2.5, 14.25. That might be T-weight right now, which is pretty good. So let's see what Sonia has here on tap. She needs to curl.
Way to go. We were saying that. We've never done that before, but I'm like, that's absolutely.
And it's going to go through the goalposts once again. So Leanne's first coming down the way. I think just looking to put up a guard or something in the top 12. Just really make it hard for Barbree to get into the center of the house to score points. And I definitely think this is a situation where, as I said before, comes a point where you need to kind of decide to kind of cut bait and try and salvage a point or something. With Feldman sitting 4, I think Barbree is probably looking to, well, there's still some chances. They're looking for, I think, just a heavy draw here. So, shot's not on target. So, looked at it really curl. So they were looking for plan C. I think they're looking now for plan D, trying to maybe get in the house. And that was plan D there. Because A was to be in the house, plan B was the center guards, plan C was the other guard, and then plan D is to be in the house. But, you know, curling teams, curling stiffs are always looking for alternatives or options. So, you know, if the shot's not made, what they do next is crucial. So this is going to be a guard, kind of locking down the situation where Feldman is sitting 4. And so now Barbree just needs to open it up, and now we're at the bailing out point of the end. Oh, this is wide though. Is it going to get something? Is it going to get anything? It clips the red. So that's all. It clips the red, chips it back to the back 4. Feldman is still sitting 4. And Feldman's holding the high ground here in this end. And it looks like I saw Feldman put her broom down, but I don't remember where. I think they definitely want to guard her to keep it high. They don't want to give Barbree a target to draw down to or to hit off of. So for Katie, as I mentioned, she loves doubles curling, Taylor Swift going to and hosting Bonspiels. She also enjoys cuddling her menagerie of cats and dogs named Sheldon, Penny, Leonard, and Cooper. She also really likes people named Brian, which I guess coincidentally are her husband and son's names, plural, I guess. Going for a guard there. Looks pretty good. It does give Barbree a chance to open it up. Maybe, but now she's looking at like an angle raise towards the button there. The shot is there. I would say in terms of difficulty, I would probably say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest, I would think maybe it's a 5. It's definitely possible. It's not an overly hard shot. But the weight is going to be important. The angle is going to be important. Because it's really easy to not have the correct weight. Or the right angle. So Barbree's shot is away. So Eileen has participated in 4 U.S. Women's Curling Association Women's National Bonspiels. Okay. Oh. So it hit off of the blue in the house and rolled towards the center. And it looks like it cut Feldman down to 1. Maybe. It looks like 1. Feldman. The overhead shot in the warm room. I think I'm leaning towards Feldman. But as I like to say, the camera doesn't tell the whole story.
Before these guys all come. Yeah,
That was a really good shot there by Barbree. So I think what Feldman is looking at is kind of the phrase, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I think Feldman is going to try to maybe either draw in or... Okay, so she wants to draw. I thought she was going to maybe try to hit and roll herself. But I think she's going to draw in to prevent Barbree from doing the hit and roll a second time. Which makes sense. So looking for a draw. Sweepers are just walking with it. Now calling for line. This looks like it's going to be on the blue. It was close. I think they were looking for maybe like a hit and roll towards the edge there. So the hit and roll is not there, but it looks like there's a port for Barbree to draw through. So this is the last shot coming for Eileen Barbree. Looking for a draw for 2. I think this really needs to be full 4 foots. Sweeper's on it for line. Needs to curl up a bit. Is it on the guard? It is on the guard. It crashes on the guard. And it looks to be 1 red. Just kind of based on where they tapped the broom. So they'll make it official. And we'll be right back in just a second when we return to the 2024 Moped Women's Arena Playdowns. We are back as we see Amy Putnam throw her first stone here in the 6th end of 8 possible ends. One of the nice things about curling is that teams can concede if they feel like the game is out of hand. I'm not saying that's the case here, but it's just kind of one of the quirks of the game that's always interesting to see. And if you haven't seen it for the first time, you might wonder, like, what happened? Why did the game end early? And the game can end early if the team that's behind says, we've had enough, and they shake hands. First stone for Ashley Spalding coming down the way. Ashley has participated in many events, including the Portuguese Mixed Doubles Cup, Curling Cup, finishing in 2nd. She also had a 2nd place finish at the Dragon Spiel. And then at the One Country Curling Club's the Barrel Bond Spiel, she was on the team that won the B events in 2023 and 2024. Looks like some heat coming down the way from Putnam. Round the guard. Pretty sure it's going to make contact. It does. That blue goes away. So it looks like Barbree is trying to put up another corner guard.
This is the color of your shoes and your brush.
Hey, it's really good. I think mine are more. Right?
See, the pink brush and the pink shoes.
Net stone coming down from Putnam.
That to a perfect guard.
Looks like a little hot.
No, we got that. I don't know what color that
I said it was hot. It's actually pretty good. I think they wanted to, maybe come over a little bit more. And it does end up as a tight corner guard. So, net stone coming from Team Feldman. So Melissa McGuire. Melissa still teases Katie about her Taylor Swift obsession as it whips off of the guard and rolls toward the house, rolls into the house in the top 12. Feldman setting 2. So I think they're looking to just draw around. I think looking to generate some offense, get some rocks in play. Looks like some heat. Actually, not a draw. It looks like a hit. Needs to make contact though. It does. Is it going to stick around? The shooter's going to roll through the house, out of play. I think Barbree would have liked that blue to have stuck around. However, that's kind of icing on the cake. Getting rid of that red stone, I think, was the primary objective. Feldman wants the stone to go to the top 12, maybe biting the 8-foot. Weight is pretty good. So it's going to go a little deep. And it will settle in on the button behind cover. If you look at it from this over-the-shoulder shot, it looks like it's about 40% open. I think they just want to kind of draw on top of it. Sounds like it's going to be a guard. Because I mentioned the zone system earlier, and so as these stones go down, they said 2, but someone said 2, I think the other sheet said too. Oh, goodness. Line was pretty good, just the weight was still a little up. So I misheard the other sheet. But as the stone goes on the ice, the sweepers are calling out where they think the weight is based on that 10 zone system that we were talking about earlier. That's going to be a guard. That's a 1. Looks like a pretty solid 1 guard. So the guard the zone system, as we mentioned, the guard zone is divided into thirds. The house is divided into 7. The very top is 4. The top of the white circle is 5. The top of the blue circle is 6. The T line, the exact center of the house, is 7. And then 8, 9, 10, the back line. So it looks like Barbree wants Bilbrey to clear the guard. He needs to make some noise. He's going to get 1, and that's all. Shooter rolls to the side, creating another corner guard. And then looking at the other sheet, the game between Team Ewers and Team Aces. Ewers was forced to a single in the 5th. Aces scored 4 in the 4th to take a 5-4 lead over Team Ewers. So it looks like Feldman would like to bite the top of the house. It's going to be close. And looks like right on the money. So one thing, if you watch curling on TV, they sometimes show percentages of how successful a shooter is. And so as Bilbrey throws her second, during a top-level competition, there are officials that are judging each shot based on a 0 to 4 scale. If the shot is like absolutely perfect, it's a 4. If the shot is absolutely missed, it's a 0. And so then as they kind of go through the game, they develop percentages. You know, so like if you have 4 4s, that's 100%. But if you have like out of 4 total shots, you had if you had 2 really good shots at 4 and 2 okay shots at 2, then you would have, I think, an average of 3. I kind of got myself in a math trap there, guys. Sorry about that. But that's where the percentages come from. And then also I would say that last draw by Team Feldman, I would have scored that a 3 or a 4. Because that's exactly where Feldman wanted that stone. But here we are, skip stones here in the 6th then. So I think just looking to kind of close the door, put up another guard. It's gonna, I think, maybe crash on the guard, push the original guard closer to the center. So Feldman's sitting 1. And they also have the 3rd shot, while Barbree has the 2nd stone. And that's if the end had ended right now. Obviously, Barbree has a chance to kind of change it up. And I think she's going to go for just a draw. Maybe set up something with her last. Or just draw to the button right now and sit one and hope for the best. We'll see what happens. So they're changing the broom. Oh, goodness. So they were out at the edge of the white ring. Okay. So based on where Barbree has gone, they are looking to clear the guards to open up a path for Barbree's last. Need to open it up. So it's going to get one. Might it get a second stone? No. That guard goes sailing through the house. So it does open up the middle. So Barbree will maybe have a chance for a draw for her last or a tap. And I think Feldman wants to deny Barbree that opportunity. Just based on see where she put that stabilizer. And so you can see Feldman has a stabilizer. There's different ways to deliver a curling stone. When you watch it on TV, a lot of curlers use their broom as a balance aid. And I like to joke during Learn to Curls that the people that play curling on TV have usually been curling since they were 12. And so we try to make it easier and have a stabilizer for newer curlers or just people that are more comfortable with the stabilizer. Balance is super important in the delivery, and so the stabilizer, I think, just helps some players with their balance. So Katie Feldman with her last here in the sixth, just looking for a guard. And that is a pretty solid guard. It's going to maybe go a little deep. Is it going to over curl? It does not over curl. It's right in front of that shot stone. That was a really good shot there from Katie Feldman. So when I teach Learn to Curls for delivery, I kind of teach three key elements, A, B, and C. A is alignment or aim. That's kind of the path that the stone and the shooter take towards the target. B is the balance. It's ensuring that your body is balanced as it comes out of hack. And C is curl. That's the release and making sure you have a nice clean release. So as you watch curling on TV, watch the curlers come out of the hack. Keep an eye for A, B, and C. Alignment, balance, and curl. So, not seeing a lot of options for Barbree. They have the broom down for a draw. It would just be a single. But it would keep Team Barbree alive here in this first game. So every team is going to play 5 games in round robin. This looks a little heavy, unfortunately. It's going to chip off of the guard. Where's the shooter go? The shooter rolls to the top of the house. And there's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Feldman. So Feldman is now up 7-3 here in the end of the 6th. We're going to step away for a second and we'll be right back as our coverage continues from the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club. Here we are at the start of the 7th end. Amy Putnam's first. And it looks like Feldman would like to bring the play into the house. And it will. It's going to go a little deep. Well, actually, it's kind of close to where Feldman wanted the broom. Or wanted the rock to end up, pardon me. So for Barbree really wants a lot of rocks into play. I don't think they want to get drawn into a hitting game. As we see the first coming from Ashley. Off the ice, Ashley likes playing pub trivia, gardening, playing board card video games, participating in way too many group texts, and listening to Taylor Swift. So puts up a tightish, center-ish guard. It's not quite center, it's not quite tight. And I think, again, Feldman just wants to put another rock into the house. Really kind of daring Barbree to make a play on the rocks in the house. Teams do have a timeout, as I mentioned, but teams do seem to have both these teams do seem to have a lot of time remaining. I can speak words, and that is a very high guard. We could call that a 420 shot. So. Looks like Spalding is being asked to draw. I wonder if they're going to go into the house now. Needed to curl up a little bit. So they did want to go into the house. I think they wanted to hit and roll. They do hit the red. The red is going to go through the house. Ooh, it sits down on the back. And then the shooter rolls to the left. So now the game has been drawn into the rings. And it's pretty much game on for Team Feldman. When you're looking to generate offense, the guards are your friends because it allows you to be able to position rocks behind the guards. That blue goes away. So now Barbree is going to try that hit and roll again, I think. Calling for hack weights. So I think for a hog to hog, it'd probably be about 13.5, I would guess. He needs to curl up. It's looking pretty good. I got 11. But that's a really good hit and roll. That really worked. Good job, Sonia. So now with Barbree sitting 1, Feldman's going to clear the guards. Asking Melissa McGuire to do the duties. And it's going to clip the guard. The shooter's going to roll out of play, and the guard rolls to the wings. Effectively not a factor. So Barbree is sitting 1, and they, I think, need to figure out how to generate some offense. They're down 4. So I think ideally you'd want to get 3 here. I mean, they could get 2 and try and steal 2, but if they get 3, they would only need to steal 1 in the 8th to force an extra end, or they could steal 2 and the 8 to win the game. But as I said, at the start of the game, you kind of looked to play the scoreboard. When it was early in the game, you could afford to, maybe not force the issue and give up a lot of points. Only give up a small number of points to, prevent the game from getting out of hand. But now, this is a situation where Barbree needs points, and they need points now. And they can't call J.G. Wentworth. So this is Feldman's next. This looks like it's going to go through the house. And it will. So the net stone coming from Barbree. They wanted to. I think they wanted to. Ideally, you'd maybe want to keep it high, but you don't want to. You don't want to create a potential double. No, that just goes through the house out of play. So Feldman was asking Leanne which side she wanted to draw to, and they switched sides, looking to draw on the right side from this view. Although for Leanne, it would be on her left side. Calling for the sweep. This is over curling, I think. So that might have been their concern, but they're off of it now. It's going to tap the blue. And the blue is just raised, but not really into the house. But it does further guard that blue that's in the house sitting shot stone. I do like this call. I was thinking about drawing on the other side, but they're looking to draw on the left side. Sit top 12. Undercover, but it needs to curl and it needs to sit down, and it's she tried to gesture it back to the center. So it does sit in the 4-foot red ring. It's second shot. It could be shot. And it looks like Feldman wants to hit that shot that was just delivered and kind of roll towards the button. Probably doesn't need a lot of weight on the shot. Probably that 11-second shot that Sonia threw would probably be pretty solid. Maybe just a little lighter. This is Feldman's first. Looks pretty good. I got 11-3. Oh. Okay, that worked out really well. So Feldman was able to hit the blue stone and roll across the button. Sits in the back 4 foot. And they're looking to see who shot. I don't know who shot. It looks a little red to me. Not necessarily hearing a lot of guesses in the warm room. As Barbree makes her way down the ice. I think looking to draw. So looking for a draw. I think if they were to even tap that blue in the top 4 foot, that would definitely make sure that blue is shot. And then maybe set up a potential second point with Barbree's last. This is hanging out wide. And they're really sweeping to get it there.
I didn't notice any that had any issues. I've never noticed. But you never know once somebody makes a ball.
And it ends up in the 12 foot. So it does set up a potential opportunity for Barbree with her last. Feldman being up 4, they're calling their timeouts. So as they make their way down the ice, do some nice action shot here. Teams have slightly more time than they would normally because there's coaches in the field. So all the teams get a little additional time to allow the coaches the ability to get to the ice, to get to their team. Let's see if we can listen to this, see what's going on. So the answer is no, we couldn't really hear what was going on. So looking at the options here, I mean, Feldman's up 4. I think they just want to maybe, I mean, the easiest course of action is just to deny Barbree from scoring multiple points, more than one. So I think that's what they've chosen to do. I think they're looking to draw and just kind of like muck up the path for Barbree to raise the blue onto the blue. But even then, I don't know how they would get 2 points out of it. So Feldman has the broom down for a draw. This is her last here in the 7th. Sounds like they said it's in the house. It's going to be pretty close. So it's going to chip the blue and roll towards the center. So it looks like Barbree has the broom down for a draw. So they were able to tap the blue. They were able to tap the red back about a foot. Barbree would get 2. Now there's that blue on the 12 foot, but I don't think there's a way to bring it into play. But still, this is an opportunity for Barbree to get 2 and to stay alive. This is her last shot here in the 7th. Looking for a draw tap. And it's not there. So now the question of which stone is shot. It looked red to me from the overhead in the warm room. But it looks like our ice official is hanging out onto the ice and is going to do a measure. Looking at the other sheet, it looks like Muir's was forced to another single. In the 7th, they are down 1 against Team Aces. Aces is up 6-5. So they're clearing the stones that are not going to be in play. They're not going to score. I'm looking for the on-ice official. There he is. It's Cameron Spangler. So Cameron Spangler and Brian Feldman, Sr. are helping with ice this weekend. Doing a shout out. Brian was next to me in the warm room. So here comes the measure. And like I said, it looks pretty close. And also, whenever it's close, it behooves the team to do a measure. So, it's going to be close. He's pointing red. So that is a steal for Feldman. To take an 8-3 lead. Coming home in the 8th end. He's keeping an eye on things. As the teams talked it over. Also, and they are shaking hands. So that will conclude the game. Feldman starts round robin play with an 8-3 victory over Team Barbree. And also for Team Barbree, they're going to be back on the ice at 12. And so I definitely see how that would behoove them to siege. There's a lot more games this weekend, including 3 more games today and 4 games on Saturday, and then we have our championship Sunday. So we're going to be back on the air at about 12:25 this afternoon. The feature game is going to be Team Tucker taking on Team Muirs on sheet 1. The second game is going to be on sheet 2 with Team Malia taking on Team Barbree. And then we also have more action coming up tonight at 4:25 as Team Aces faces Team Malia and Team Feldman faces Tucker. And then at about 7:55 tonight, our nightcap is going to be Team Muirs versus Feldman, and then Team Barbree versus Aces. So that is coming up on our YouTube channel. We definitely appreciate you tuning in. We're going to sign off for now. But we definitely appreciate you tuning in. So for all of us here at MOPAC, this has been your host, Ryan, saying so long and good curling.